orgasmic enlightenment, where the sexual and spiritual come together. I'm Anami, and I'm a holistic sex and relationship coach and a vaginal weightlifter. In this show, we explore all things intimate. I believe that our sexual energy is life force, creative energy, and we can use it to shape our worlds, strengthen our relationships, and self-actualize. I blend the most avant-garde information from neuroscience, ancient sexual practices like Tantra and Taoism, to renegade wellness modalities to show you how to create gourmet sex in your lives. Come one, come all. A deep-throating love song. A wise woman once said, "The fastest way to find your voice is to wedge a cock deep down into your throat." That woman happens to be me. I'm all about finding the metaphysical power in various sex acts, especially the ones that are thought of as more edgy or taboo, like anal sex or deep throating. These experiences are laden with power and act as portals to other dimensions of consciousness. And yes, they are full of bliss for both the receiver and the giver. I know we typically think of deep throating or oral sex in general as something that the person getting it tremendously enjoys, but it's not only them. Deep throating is one of my favorite sex acts. I love having a cock down my throat. Did you know that you can even have a throat-gasm? Yes, it's possible to orgasm with a cock down your throat. As a love song and ode to cock and to deep throating, here is my list of the top 6 personal growth benefits you receive from a regular deep throating practice. Number 1, you find your voice. So let's talk about where all this is happening. The throat, the seat of your voice, your self-expression, how you take your deepest ideas and insight out into the world. This is the home of your throat chakra. Stimulating and opening the throat gives you access to a deeper and more unbridled expression of your own truth. I love cock. I love it wedged deep into my throat. This is one of my favorite things to do, and I could do it for hours. I come out of a great deep throating session and I feel floaty and blissful and serene and centered and witty and charming and confident as fuck. My words come out with strength and conviction. My voice even sounds different. It's clear and concise and powerful and passionate all at once. The throat chakra governs the mouth, tongue, thyroid, and neck. Got thyroid issues? Get a cock in there, pronto. Metaphysically speaking, it's all about how much of your true self you voice and express to the world. Are you owning it? Are you brave enough to put your truth out there? Being deficient or out of balance in your throat chakra might show up as being afraid to express your inner voice and your truth, or feeling like you can't even hear it. Is this happening to you? Then I prescribe deep throating. The concept of being well fucked and expressing your truth, not giving a fuck, is one of the milestones on being on the road to a well fucked woman. When she begins to not give a fuck, then we know she has arrived. She is sure of herself, and so much so that she can speak her truth without giving a shit about what anyone thinks. And she doesn't try to not give a shit, she just doesn't give a shit. She knows her own truth and it just erupts out of her like a good orgasm. All she does is the deep work of opening and surrendering, and this courage and truth just flow through her. She's getting out of the way and allowing these things to happen. Deep throating is an amazing tool to get there faster. Having a gorgeous, loving cock activating your throat chakra fast tracks you to identifying your own truth and then infusing it out into the world, into everything you do. Number 2 would be throat-gasms. You know, as I've said, you can have an orgasm from throat fucking. You absolutely can do this. They are similar to the deeper vaginal orgasms that are more whole body and whole being. You truly take in your partner and you open yourself, and this is very, very erotic. There's a whole lot of trust involved in having him fill up your breathing cavity. So when this is done with love and consciousness, deep throating is extremely bonding and brings you to an even more profound level of intimacy with each other. And yes, orgasms. Third, you get better at surrender. Surrender is an art and a skill. The ability to open deeply, to jump off into the abyss and expose the most vulnerable parts of yourself is the ultimate sexual and spiritual crucible. In any spiritual path, this is the goal, to step aside with the little self and allow the divine to move through you. All of our false parts fall away, and all of the things that get in the way of divine wisdom, and we become a pure and open channel, just like the throat. It's the same thing in the sexual realm. We shed our conditioning and our shame and our false programming around sex, and underneath that is our own innate sexual self and rhythm, like a dance that moves through us. You have to fully abandon yourself to open your throat and let your man in. And this is a great transferable life lesson in letting go. This is the road to spiritual wisdom and life-changing orgasms, letting go of your tight grip of control and opening to a greater, thicker, wilder, and limitless force to guide you. Number 4, you learn focus. Deep throating demands that you focus. When you have a large cock pumping back and forth in your breathing apparatus, the only thing you can focus on is this very moment. It is a gorgeous meditation and often much easier than trying to still your mind in traditional meditation practices. Deep throating stills it fast. Number 5, you learn to receive good things and good cock and good things. As a woman, deeper penetration opens you to unseen realms in yourself. And this is why I am such a huge advocate of it, exploring all of the different ways you can open yourself and receive. Each time you do, you are practicing the art of surrender and letting in all good things. And of course, gorgeous cock. You probe your own depths and unearth your latent powers. Deep throating is wonderful for your partner, but it's a secret weapon for you. It is this beautiful giving circle, of course. You seek out his cock. He is undone with the utter acceptance and surrender and adoration you bestow on him and his cock, and he gives back to you with all of his masculine strength and power, which makes you want to suck his cock even more. As you open and receive and activate your own yin and feminine power, this magnetizes things to you. So instead of slogging and working really hard to get things done, you learn how to attract what you want to you, all through your receptivity. And finally, reason number 6, your dude man will love it. There is something about allowing a man to deeply penetrate you in many ways at all access points that endears you to him forever. Not many women truly, if ever, open themselves to a man, offering him the depths of your feminine power, to bathe in it, to be surrounded by it in every possible way. This kind of woman is like the fabled Aphrodite goddess of love and cock that brings him to his knees by getting on hers. Deep throating is one of the most transformational, liberating, and arousing sex acts there is for a woman. And yeah, sure, for a man too. Ha ha ha. It's also one of the acts that I give clear how-to instructions on, because it's not the easiest skill in the world to master, but it's definitely one of the most rewarding. You can find a full deep throating primer in my How to Be a Well-Fucked Woman salon. In it, I divulge all of my cock whispering repertoire secrets in the 8-week online salon beginning July 30th. Registration opens July the 15th, and you can find all of the information on my site at kimanami.com under Sexual Savant Salons, How to Be a Well-Fucked Woman. Are you coming? Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, subscribe and also leave a review. And send someone else the gift of a healthy libido and an off-the-charts love life by sharing this episode with them. We'll be back next week, and in the meantime, many happy orgasms.